Hello my dear student, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a new video of your math subject chapter 6 square and square root part 2. Okay, so in the part 1, as you already know, we have already studied about a square number, properties of square number, and how to calculate the square number without proper multiplication, about the Pythagorean triplet. So regarding all these things we've already studied in part 1. So in part 2 we are going to read about the square root and the various procedure or various method how to calculate the square root of a number. This video is gonna be very much interesting, children, so please stay tuned. As usual, a lot to know and a lot to discuss, so let's get into the video. So in this video we are going to read about square root by repeated subtraction, by prime factorization, by division method, square root of decimal, and estimating square root. So first one is a square root. So what is the meaning of square root, children? Now square root of a number is a value that when multiplied by itself gives the number. That means when you multiply the same number with itself, that gives the number, and that particular number is the square root. Like square root of 25, it is 5 because 5 into 5 25. So 5 is the square root of 25. Okay. As I already told you that there are so many methods to calculate the square root. The first one is the repeated subtraction. So what does that mean? Now to find out the square, it is applicable if the number is a perfect square number. So how to calculate the square root of a perfect square number? We subtract consecutive odd number from the number till we obtain 0. As we've already studied in part 1 that a square number can be represented as the summation of consecutive odd number. So in the reverse we can do here that, so subtract one consecutive odd number till we obtain 0, and the number of steps required to reach 0 is the square root of that number. That means that much number of steps it is required to convert 0, it is known as it is the square root. Like here we are calculating the square root of 81. Now we can see 81 minus 180, then 80 minus 377, 77 minus 572. Now you just see the pattern, children. 1 3 5, then 7, then 9, then 11, then 13, then 15, and finally 17 we are subtracting from the difference, and finally we are getting 0 at the 9th step. That's why the square root of 81, it is 9 only. Okay, very easy. Simply go for the subtraction, though it is easy but it is quite lengthy to do, right? So to avoid this problem we can go for this method by prime factorization. What do you mean by prime factorization? Simply you already know how to do the prime factorization. Then make pair of prime factors such that both the factor in each pair are equal. That means first you do the first you calculate the prime factor, then you have to make it a pair, so that means equal number of pair. Okay, then calculate the product of each factor from the pair. This is the required square root. Like see here we are calculating the square root of 6400. So just see we are making the pair of 2 into 2 one pair, another 2 into 2 another pair, again 2 into 2 another pair, again 2 into 2 another pair, 5 into 5 another pair. So this all are the pair. Then from that pair we have to take one digit, that is out of this 2 into 2 pair we have taken 1 2, then another 2 into 2 pair, another 2, like this we have taken, and finally the product is 80. That means the square root of 6400, it is 80 only. Okay, so this is one method. Now one question arises here that how to find a smallest number which you can multiply or divide to get a perfect square number. What does that mean? Now not necessarily all the numbers are square number, right? So how to know if it is not a perfect square number, then how to know that which number you should multiply with that number or divide with that number to get a perfect square number? The same method you have to follow. First calculate the prime factorization, then make the pair of similar factor, then after that making the pair. If any number, any factor, it is not included in that pair, what to do? That factor either you have to multiply, if the question is asking for multiplying you have to multiply, or you have to divide to get the exact square number. Now you see the example here, 2352. It is asking that is it a perfect square number? If not, find the smallest multiple of this which is a perfect square. Find the square root of the new number. So what to do now? 2352, do the as usual prime factorization. Then you can see that while making the pair, 3 is left unpaired. So what to do? Simply multiply another 3 to make it a pair of 3 into 3. and the result is what? Now 7056. Now it is a perfect pair of each factor. So 2 into 2, another 2 into 2, another 3 into 3, and another 7 into 7. So from each pair you can take it one factor and the product is 84. So you can say that 7056 is the new number which is a perfect square and which is a multiple of 2352. Now if the question is for that, for the same number, let's take for the same number, which smallest number you have to divide to get a perfect square number. Same thing, just do the prime factorization. 3 is left unpaired, so what to do? Just divide this 3 with 2352 and as a result we will get what? Now 784, and the square root of 784 is 28. We got it. So simply do the prime factorization, make it pair. If any number is unpaired, just divide or multiply with the number, you will get a perfect square number. Okay children. Then the next method is what? By division method. This one is much more interesting, but you have to understand how to do this. What to do now? Group the digit in pair, starting with the digit in the unit place, which is known as the period. That means from the unit place, means from ones place, you have to make it a pair of 2 number, and over that put a bar. Then think of the largest number whose square is equal to or just less than first period. Take this number as the divisor and quotient. Period means this 2 number we are putting it bar, that is the period only. So the first period you have to think that like with normal division also we are thinking such a number that while multiplying the product must be either equal or less than that the first number. Similarly here we have made the period, so you have to think of such a number, square number whose square is lying either equal or less than that number. Then subtract the product of the divisor and the quotient from the first period and bring down the next period to the right of the remainder, which is the new dividend. That means do the as a subtraction, then whatever the second period is there, just bring down that second period and put the left of that number. Okay. Then now the new divisor is obtained by taking 2 times the quotient and annexing with it is a suitable digit, which is also taken as the next digit of the quotient, chosen in such a way that the product of the new divisor and the digit is equal or just less than the new dividend. What does that mean, children? See, we have taken the first quotient, right? Then for the second step, what to do? Whatever the quotient value is, that just make it double. Here you can see the example for 4096, 40 and 96 we have made one pair. So 40 is one period, 96 another period. So 6, we have taken 6 as the quotient because 6 36, which is lying below 40. Now to the subtraction, we have then bring the 96 below and we have the new dividend as 496. What to do next? Now 6, make it double, 12. Now the question is that what you should put in the unit place, so that if you multiply with the same number only, you will get the exact dividend. So we can say here 124, and 124 into 4 we have 496, and the remainder becomes 0, and that's why your square root is 64. So repeat it till all the period have been taken up, the quotient is the square root. So since it is only 2 period, so with this much steps only it is over. If it is more than 2 period, the steps must be lengthier, but you have to be careful while doing so, and the same process you have to repeat it further and further. Okay. Now here, one question may be asked you that how to know which smallest number you should subtract from a number to convert it into a perfect square number. That means that in the previous case we know that what to multiply or what to divide. Now we will know what to add or what to subtract. In subtraction, what to do? Now just do the calculate the square root of that number by long division method. Some reminder, if it is not a perfect square number, some remainder will definitely come. Simply subtract that remainder from the given number to get the exact square number. Very simple. Simply subtraction of this remainder from the given number. So here the number is 5607. Do the the long division method. Then in the quotient it is coming as 74, right? And we are least bothered about the quotient. Simply see the remainder here. Remainder is what? Now 131. Simply subtract this 131 from 5607. We have the answer 5476, and the square root of this number, it is 74. We got the answer, children, right? So simply subtract the remainder from the given number. Now the question arises, how to know which smallest number you should add with a number to convert it into a perfect square. Now the same steps you please follow. Then
If it is addition, so what to do? No, whatever you, here we are bother about the quotient, so the number will definitely lie between the square of that number with the next number. You just follow the steps. The given number will definitely lie in between the square of the quotient and the next number. That means here you can see, children, we are calculating the number 1300 and we know the square, sorry, the quotient is coming as 36. So this 1300 must be lie in between the square of 36 and the next number is what, 37 square. And so what to know that this 37 square, then what the procedure? Then subtract the given number from the square of the next number. The next number is what, 37. So the square of 37 is 1369. So just subtract the number from the square of this 37. That means 1369 minus 1300. We have the difference as 69. So this 69 you have to add with the number. Finally, you have to add the difference with the given number to make it a perfect number, square number. So 1300 plus 69, we already know it is the square of 37. So this number will be the square root of 36, sorry, 1369. Okay, very simple, right? Then how to find out the square root of decimal? Simply same method you have to follow. Put the bar on the integral part of number in the usual manner and place the bar on the decimal part of on every pair of digit beginning with the first decimal place. Follow the other steps as usual. That means here 17.664 is there, so you have to put the decimal 17, it is the integral part. As usual method, 664, you have to put the decimal starting from the first decimal point only. Okay, and you can see that the same method you have followed and the result is, it is coming as 4.2 only. Okay, then another method is, should know, it is not in your book, but for your information I have given it. Sorry, it is given estimating square root. How to know? It is also very easy. Get as close as possible to the number you are trying to find out square root by finding two perfect square root. That gives us close number. That means if a number which is not a perfect square number, but you just approximately have to calculate its square root. So what to do? By estimating, just think here, 350, you have to calculate the square root of 350. We know that 350 is lying in between 324 and 361, which is two perfect square numbers. 324, it is the square of 18, and 361, it is the square of 19. That means then again 350, it is much more closer than 361 than 324. So you have to take the square root of 350, approximately 19. Okay, then the last part is what? Now how to know the square of a non-square number, square root of a non-square number. How to find it out? That a formula is there. Just see that you have to convert that non-square number in such a way as the summation or subtraction of two number, out of that one number must be a perfect square number. That means x plus minus y, where x is a the formula is root over of x plus or minus y by 2 root x, where x is a perfect square number, y is a non-perfect square number. So what to do? Now see the example here. Square root of 54, we can calculate, we can convert that number as 49 plus 5, and 49, as you already know, it is a perfect square number, and 5 is not non-perfect square number. So 49 square root would be 7, and 5 divided by 2 into 49 square root, then 2 into 7. So 7 plus 5 by 14, and 5 by 14 we can convert it into decimal 0.357, and finally you will get the answer 7.357. Right, children? So this is all about your square root and the different method how to calculate the square root, and so many things we know, and how to solve the questions very easily. What is the smallest number we have to add, or what is the smallest number we have to multiply or divide, or we have to subtract. All these things we already know about in this video. So just go through the video, each and every point again, children. Just practice all this kind of question, you will get a very good result, right? Thank you so much, and I hope this video is very much informative for you, and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, children.